Hello, hello, hello. First stream with the new computer, which should be a lot faster and finally allow us to do programming, streaming, and crypto trading on the same machine without everything slowing to a crawl. As you can see, you cannot see my face. Since I'm now using Windows instead of Linux, I may have to tweak my software a little bit. This window here is displayed by my Java program by Gazelle. It's fine, except for this is not the font I wanted. So on Windows, the monospaced font is not selected correctly. That we'll have to fix. And the webcam is not showing, and I'm figuring out what that is. And yeah, in terms of development, we are finally approaching the first actual image recognition. After I've prepared so much stuff here, I finally want to see some actual recognitions. And I think we start with recognizing mathematical shapes, simple mathematical shapes, because they are very useful, and they are what computers like. So they are simple and mathematical. And there are more mathematical shapes in everyday objects than you might think, maybe. Okay, let's get into the coding. I hate coding. I love coding, but we should take the load off this old horse's shoulders, meaning my shoulders, and get some more capable programmers in, and I think then things will be fun again. Because each of these programmers can do what they are doing best. And I can focus on making creative new algorithms. All right. Okay, let's get into the coding. What do we do today? Some simple stuff first. This thing here should be optimized down here, because right now it doesn't actually work. It's supposed to show the actual project window for these two windows up here, but it doesn't show anything. So I want to make a command line argument, which is called console. It actually exists already. That allows you to keep this console printing, which is this one, so we can actually see the error that's happening. Okay, here it looks like the webcam was found and actually initialized. For some reason, just we don't see any pictures. We have this variable called print also to system out, and I want to set it temporarily. When I'm upgrading, then I reset it again. However, I don't want to reset it if the user has specified that it should be set. So I make a generic function which allows me to set a variable to a value temporarily and then reset it. That's what this is about. That's how programming goes. That is the rabbit hole. You start with some task and you go 7 tasks down the line, whatever, down the rabbit hole, exactly. And you'll find the task number 7 is the one you actually have to do, because when task 7 is done, then you can complete task 6, then you can complete task 5 and task 4, and finally you get to the task you actually wanted to complete. So it's all nested and hierarchical and whatever. So temp set generic is a new function I want to make. I give it a getter for a variable and a setter and the new value, and it will temporarily set the value, and at the end of the current block, somewhere down here, it will automatically undo this, and that's what I'm coding right now. Temp set generic. And I'm doing it all in my own programming language, of course, in my own repository, because I always do stuff my own way to maybe a ridiculous degree, but I also have good reasons for it. So temp set generic, temporarily set a variable, virtual variable, defined through a getter and a setter. That's a good description. We are parameterized because our variable can have any type we don't know in advance. So our getter is of this type. And, well, about getter maybe. And our setter is of this type. Our new value is just of type A. And we could make a distinction to check whether the value is already there, which I think is pretty smart. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. First we call the getter. Then we compare. If the value is the same as the old value, we return null. Nothing to set, nothing to unset. If there's something to set, we call the setter with a new value. And we return a closable that resets to the old value, and that's our function. And it doesn't work. Oh yeah, okay. Typical human error. The setter has to be called with the function called get, which is confusing, but get is just a general function name for any any one argument function, just like any random function. Add this to our library, and we can try out our new function temp set generic here. Do I do it somewhere else too? Yes, I do. And yeah, let's make a new function out of this, I guess. Yes, why not? Temp print also to system out. Make print our general purpose print function also print to system out. Temporary good. All closable. Do you hear my nice quiet keyboard? I have Crisp enabled. It's an AI. Crisp.ai actually costs money, and it is an AI-based noise reduction for streaming or video calls. It's excellent. I think it's really good because now I don't have to unplug my fridge, etc. Try to move the PC further away from the mic or something just to get the recording set up quiet. I really think it should be good enough. There are also open source alternatives, filters for OBS that do the same thing. But yeah, I felt like paying for something. I felt like paying for an AI product because I make an AI product and I want people to tell me, maybe. Also, the open source filters were even harder to set up. I don't actually know if they're less good. I just assume that this commercial AI is better at noise reduction. I don't know. It's my working theory. Okay, what did I do wrong here? Actually, this is in a function include that we need to put in here. I think then we might be good. Yes, nice. Okay, now we can just write temp print also to system out. And it will preserve our last value. And okay, oh yeah, this one has to be removed, of course. What about the line that's printed here? Okay. Print also to system out. Yeah, this definitely also should be the temp function. It, I think. Here, Gazelle is also on my desktop, so yeah. Windows is pretty good with running jar files. This is just a link to the jar file, the Java program. I didn't make a specific installer or exe wrapper or anything. It seems we didn't put this function in our library. Okay, here's more Gazelle windows. That's very nice. This one should do the auto update once the compilation is done. And we can also run this again, run these, yeah, restart this one, and then we can finally look for the bug, etc., etc. Okay, that's updated, very nice. Oh, ultimately you could also like make a different icons here. I now have two instances of Gazelle, one for the webcam and one for the experiments. Let's say console. Something is making the start of a project pretty slow. Uh-huh. Field var, okay. Var value cache, what field var. Oh, one thing, I am streaming without the chat window. That's a bit bad, right? Where can I show the chat again? It has this cool automatic chat window. How do I get there? Yeah, that's a bit sad. I guess we do it without the chat. Or I go to my other computer and I will check out the chat. Check out my own chat over there. Oh, yeah, I see my own stream. That's cool. So cool. Okay, so now I have my chat on screen. That's great. On screen, not on screen. 1 second. Done. Field var. Oh yeah, pretty much know what it is. I'm just not sure why this error occurs. Okay, more errors here. Yeah, opening webcam, and it says cannot start native grabber. It seems like the webcam library for Java that I use is incompatible with something. Either it's incompatible with Windows 11, which I updated too foolishly, or, yeah, I don't know, or the JDK version we use. We can check out their GitHub real quick. That's the one. Let's check issues. Let's search for native grabber, which I think was the message. No, here. Issues in native grabber. Okay, seeing the same error here. Interesting. Let's mark this. It's from 2020 though. I don't know. That's pretty sad actually. It was so cool to have the webcam shown by my own Java code, which also means I can directly run my image recognition stuff on the webcam image. And it always used to work on Windows. It used to work perfectly fine on Windows. Okay, let's show the window here first. Aha, active window null. So it's making the project window for the first time, but it doesn't seem to show us anything. Start and show. Ah, we have this hidden flag to show, to load Gazelle projects without showing the window. And in fact, we should just unset this, I think. Hidden. Okay, sure. Activate. We should reposition myself square and center in front of the screen and the keyboard. So I can type better. Window. And hidden false. Okay, what's with the font here? Why is it not typewriter font as requested by me? With typewriter font, typewriter font. Okay, we're looking for the font Courier, which apparently is not there. Wait. That's a completely different library. That's PDF stuff. I guess that's not what we want. How to find Courier font? You can actually simply list the font families. Oh, we have a whole page here in Gazelle. Local fonts. Courier New. But if I set this to Courier New, will it still work on Windows? That's a good question. New font. Courier font plain. 10. I get something, but apparently it's not really the font I'm looking for. Set font. Okay, 10 is too small. 50. Yeah, but this is not Courier. So this is the right one. Oh, I have a Linux computer right next to me, so let's do the same thing on the Linux computer. Or actually, let's check the font families, which we just saw. Maybe I have to check whether Courier or Courier New exists, or I can just try Courier New. We are programming for 3 platforms at once, Linux, Windows, and macOS, so sometimes it shows, although Java makes it pretty easy. I'm checking the same thing on the other machine. And in fact, it has something like Courier 10 pitch. Is there no standard way in Java to get the Courier font? Okay, in Boolean it's undefined. Okay. Oh, I'm now a hidden is actually a parameter here. And I set it to true myself, so I'm trying to show something while at the same time saying, please hide it. Obviously, that's not going to work. Okay, what is this? Yeah. Okay, getting there. Let me just check if Courier new is something that works on Linux. You can't see that I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. New font. Plain size 50. And with that font, we show some text. In fact, Courier new does not work on Linux. Courier works. So let's do the simple thing that we saw works. Don't know if it works for everyone, but we just switch by operating system. Local Courier font name. The Courier font name is Linux Courier. Oh, it's Courier new. This by trial and error. Okay. Right. Now if we do the mega recompile, we should probably see the Courier font in here. Also, oh, I have to restart this first. Okay. Let's restart here. Something feels slow in the startup of these projects. I have a really fast PC now, so not sure about that. Okay, finally we can show the project window. And it's complaining on every save. Yeah, it's probably we put something bad in a project variable that cannot be persisted. What are you persisting here? A rectangle, that's not the problem. Ah, yeah, this one's the problem, should not be persistent. Name goal. No, wait, it's just a string. It's just a text I type in here. No, that's just a string. That's completely fine. This is also rectangle. Where am I persisting? What is happening? Okay, now it has deleted its own jar file, I think. Yeah, because of the update. Start again. Yeah, here, it's the same thing. The typewriter font is back. Perfect. Yeah, here, it's not super pretty, but at least it's the right font type. Yeah, some of the things I wrote here. OpenGL would be very cool, like using the GPU for actual calculations in the image recognition. This adds so much computing power, obviously, and it's actually kind of doable in Java. There's a little bit of a library problem on Linux, but generally it should actually work. So right now what I'm doing is CPU, because Java is a CPU language, but we can use the GPU too at some point to get things really, really efficient. Live repainting means actually making a copy of the image that is being recognized by using some drawing primitives. Like if you find a rectangular area of one color, you say, okay, draw this, and you recreate the image step by step as you recognize it. And this is a primitive I propose for this simple type of image. I will explain at some point. Search in spirals, yeah, that's also cool. Magic switches is done already. 1 plus 2. Traditionally, you can only say plus 1, 2 in Java X. And now it becomes 1 plus 2 also. We can also write this at the use step. Not in Java X, but in my scripting language, actually. Let's take it out. It's already done. So, yeah, there should be some tool also to analyze these data structures that are being written. Now we have class not persistable, and we don't really know where it is in our database. Wait, class not. Yeah, no, wait, while value cache. So it is the value of a project variable. Definitely. Random poetry, whatever. I just checked the project variables. There was nothing suspicious in there. There are only 3 of them which are persistent. Oh, I think it's trying to persist a variable even though it's not persistent. That might be the problem, yes. Okay. Uh, project variable persistence error. Open. Although, what do you need my face? The programming speaks for itself. This is done. It's done. It's done. 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 So the point is this field is supposed to be persisted only under certain circumstances. Namely, if it's marked persistent and it's not marked as big, which means it gets its own file. So, oh no, it's really way different. Okay. I see. I think I see what's happening. There's another field made behind the scenes that's being persisted. But shouldn't be. You just have to mark it transient, I think. Really odd that it wouldn't be marked transient. That error must have occurred before. That's weird. Okay, var value. Oh, in fact, it is not. That's interesting. Oh, nice Windows sound. Okay. Oh yeah, simply cached is the it's the culprit. It's like a macro I made in JavaX. Simply cached, and you can say transient simply cached. That's just what we have to do here. That's all. That was actually my mistake. Recompile. I thought this little text was really funny at some point. It's kind of crap, isn't it? It's actual crap. Anyway, here, let's delete. Yeah, I want to try to load the webcam twice because that's one issue said it doesn't work on first load. Don't know if that's the solution to the problem. Wait, but I just changed that. What? Oh, okay, the update didn't happen. Okay, okay. Okay, got it. Um, update. And start it just one more time so we can see the error messages. Okay, one error fixed. Cannot start native grabber. That is crap. Mm-hmm. Mm. List web cams. Okay. First webcam. Okay. Webcam open. Webcam exception. That's the same exception we just saw, I'm pretty sure. Cannot start native grabber. What's happening? So it said to do it again? No, it doesn't help. What did the issue say? Open the program for the second time. Yeah, but I did this like 3 times. Why is it marked as completed? As closed. The question asker closed this. That's weird. Hmm. Uh, yeah, I didn't change the code. I do the same thing I do on Linux, and it doesn't work. It's the same webcam too, just a different computer. Well, let's create an issue. Why not? Oh, I'm not logged in here. Okay, that's bad. Okay, this is 2013. That's a bit too old. Oh, the camera permission thing. But I changed that. Windows had as a general camera permission thing. Uh, and I enabled this globally, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this, okay. This is generally off. Ugh. This is worded so weird. Everybody using this device can choose whether their apps can access the camera if this is activated. Right now, right away I'm confused. Everybody using this device, it's just me, I use this computer. Uh, huh? So is this enabling other users of the machine to use the cam, or is it doing something else? And this here is, it says, give apps access to your camera. And below it says, choose which apps can access your camera. And so there's a global on-off switch. So if I switch it on, then I have to select individual apps, otherwise I don't get access to the cam. Or is it like, if I leave this to off, then no apps can use my camera? Oh man, this is crazy weird. Okay, now I enabled something. Let's just restart maybe. Brazil. Does it do the change? It does actually. Okay. So I misread the Windows dialog, I guess. So we have a very pretty picture here. Or not. I look like a bum. Oh, that's on me. This webcam is actually 16:9, so this is like 4:3, right? Why do I get a different crop of the camera? I want the original resolution. Why is this the different format? In my code, I simply use the original resolution. I don't change anything. So why is the webcam different aspect ratio? 16:9 webcam cropped to 4:3 in Windows. Here, yeah. Is it another setting in Windows? Oh, so there's no list of cameras here. That's cool. Even though there's a camera connected and working. Okay. Oh, it doesn't look like it does much. Neither does this. Okay, fantastic. Strange. Okay, then we just stick with this layout here. Whatever. Okay, already a bug solved, 2 problems solved. Add a webcam. What's the next goal? Let me think. Let me have some coffee. Hmm. Okay, first off, where's our main gazelle? It kind of didn't restart for some reason. Hmm. Do I have all the projects imported? No, I don't. Um, these are all the projects from the other machine. Here. Hey, give me another one. How can I get another Explorer window? Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Give me more Explorer windows. Hello, please, 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 please. No? Oh, wow, I did it. Yeah, we should be able to copy all these over, except for default. Okay. And they promptly appear here by some cool magic. Uh, okay, so these should be all the recognition networks we made in all projects. It's only 4? Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe it's somewhere on another machine that I didn't copy. These are famous recognized toilet paper project. This is the result of the current version of recognized toilet paper. Here it found some things that are connected. It does something interesting. It finds little blobs in the image, little specks, and connects them if they're roughly on a straight line. But there is some stuff to optimize also. And that's one thing I wanted to do. And also we need to import this network. That's definitely missing. This is just like a preview from the other project, but you can't really edit it. So, old project, yes, no. No, I wanted to copy the import network. Yep. I have open project here. And then we put Import to network. Network is this one here. We did something where we duplicated networks, and we should just be able to do the same thing, basically, yeah. Here in this panel, we do this thing. We convert the network to a string, and we convert the string back into a Java object. Right. Yeah, we can make a utility function out of this one. Restructure an object. Convert to structure and unstructure again. There. We can simplify this one here. Utils dot restructure. We do have to keep this cast afterwards. Yeah, I think. And do the same thing here. Restructure network. Hmm. Does it get a new ID? How does this even work? What about the object's ID? Nice sound. Concepts register. Majestic sound. Oh, it's creating the ID on the register thing. That's fine. And because it is not registered to any concept. Yeah, okay, okay. Okay. And register concept. That's it, I think. Now we can select it probably in the appropriate view. How can I select something in another view? I did this before in the project story view. You can use these hash IDs, and if you click on them, it jumps to the other panel, showing you the object. Open path in projects. Right. Object in project. Open concept. Yeah, there we go. We can open analyzers, scripts, and images, and now let's teach it how to show networks also. Show object in what? Open object in project. Open concept. Yeah, there we go. Else if cdcast network. Show network. Oh, open, whatever. Show network. We go to the networks URL. And we call this function, I think, networks panel. Mm. Somewhere here. I can just use a cached function actually. Transient simply cached network panel. Networks panel here. Okay. Um, this is the core of the Gazelle recognition thing, a network of objects. One of the objects is actually the image you're recognizing. And there's various processing going on. And in the end, you'll have an object showing whatever result you want. Name of the person detected or brand of toilet paper recognized. Okay, some minor mistake here. Oh, I didn't complete this one here. Open, yeah. Open object in project. Yeah, okay. Open concept. I'm lazy today. Let's ignore this. uh, Project actions. Open object in project. Our clone network, which now has an ID, so we can just use the ID to show it. And what was my error here? Text panel. Ah, yeah, it needs an arrow. No, it does not need an arrow. It needs this, needs the unique function to make only one instance. Okay, where's the button that should be down here? Oh, there. Oh, there's the blinking cursor thing. The mouse cursor blinks if you do a lot of screenshots on Windows. It's pretty annoying. Now I see it blink right now because apparently one of the gazelles is doing. Yeah, the screen cam is on. In fact, so that's why it blinks. Not sure how we can solve that. This doesn't look like it actually recompiled what's happening. This is the old code that I just fixed. It doesn't seem to want to compile again. That's very disappointing. Log. Oh, here, endless loop or recursive, endless recursion. Something is happening here. What is what one? Ah, yeah. Typical Java problem. Okay. In there. Good though. What's happening here? Target. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah. Okay. Now this button should also work again. No, it doesn't. No. Oh, because the compile didn't actually complete. Oh, okay. So this bug will only fix once the whole compile works. So we do the whole compile again, etc. There it is. So if I want to import this to my project, Oh, it has done so. We got a new ID. It appears to be a working network. All right. Basically, I want to make the process of making new networks simpler and simpler by offering you the standard stuff automatically. For example, getting the input image should just be just like that, getting some example images, or putting the webcam here in here, or the screen cam should be very easy. You can have an image to work with, and then you can attach some standard processing nodes and hopefully get your recognition result. Yep, I'll work on that next time. Just try to do some streaming again. It seems to be possible. So thank you for now.